Gene Lewin Yang and a slew of artists continue the Archive of Worlds storyline as Batman and Superman from the film reels chase down the Auteur through futuristic cities and the wild, wild west after he traps the Earth-Zero world's finest in a Phantom Zone crystal, leading to the heroes learning the villain's startling secret. Gene Lewin Yang continues his wonderfully creative alternate Earths and reality storyline, giving the villain of the story a great origin, tying him into the big DC Universe creations like the World Forger, painting him in a tragic light as a being overcome by his own desire to be remembered and make his mark on the world, almost quite literally. Again, we got to explore more of these great little pocket dimensions that Gene has created, giving our main characters the chance to be taken into different genres like the Wild West, which has happened before with the Justice League and the World's Finest as well, but it's extremely fun nonetheless, as are the new heroes joining them in that of Alana and Zorro inspired El Diablo. It's truly a unique set of heroes that this book has now got, since usually when you think Batman and Superman you think the usual team up here with heroes like Wonder Woman or a Nightwing or just someone else from like a Justice League, not these heroes that you don't really hear all that much from outside of stuff that is specifically about them. So it makes the book feel unique and kind of out of left field and refreshing. Derek Robinson, Kyle Hotz, Steve Lieber, and Emanuela Lupacchino all pitch in this portion of the book as we hop from world to world, and like previous issues, each artist takes a specific world, with Emanuela doing most of the book set in the present and delivering some really great and refreshing looking action as we jump from reel to reel. The Boys co-creator Derek Robinson also treats us to a midnight set Wild West, which was a really great change of pace from the usual Wild West settings, which usually happen at high noon and broad daylight with the sun beaming down on the people, but it makes sense that it would be at nighttime with this Diablo character since he's kind of like the proto-Batman, and of course Batman is very much inspired by Zorro and figures like that. His cowboy designs were also really fun as well and embodied the classic designs of the characters really well. Batman Superman issue 19 was a wonderfully refreshing part of a wholly unique story by Gene Lewin Yang and his team, who expertly tell an exciting action-adventure story through different genres while providing some excellent character development for the villain. I'm going to give this issue a 10 out of 10. Batman Superman issue 19 finds Batman telling Superman to get out of there, but Superman refuses to abandon his friend as Auteur plans on using the Phantom Zone crystal against them. The villain says that soon one of the worlds in his archive will emerge perfect, and then he'll burn away all the early drafts, including Earth-Zero. The heroes are sucked into the Phantom Zone crystal as the Batman and Superman from the film reels watch on. Batman says that this is what reality really is, reminding himself it's like Plato's cave theory. Robin doesn't think that Plato was talking about giant versions of Batman and Superman trapped in a purple crystal while they are about to be stepped on though. Superman wonders what that robot is, so Dr. Adam tells them that that's Auteur IO, the mad god creating their worlds and how he will destroy them, and he's the reason he's trying to make the world a utopia. Auteur spots the miniature heroes, forcing them to run as he tries to smash them. Batman knows that beating a god is slim, but Superman knows freeing the other Batman and Superman from the crystal will help, and hopefully they like them enough to help. Dr. Adam doesn't think that that's much of a plan, telling them to flee as he is captured by Auteur's robots. Superman knows that he might not deserve it, but they have to save Lex, attacking the robots with Batman and Robin as Auteur says that this isn't how the production is meant to go. Lex is brought before the villain who knows who he is, having destroyed his world long ago. Lex says that he's escaped and he's creating the masterpiece that Auteur wants, having figured out his secret to a perfect world. Auteur crushes Lex in his hand as the man says that he always found martyrs contemptible fools, so it's odious that he has become one himself. Superman races to save Lex from the villain's clutches, but the man activates his amulet, blowing himself up and much of Auteur as well, who calls for his robots to help him as he recomposes himself. The robots scan him and send him into one of his worlds, as Superman sees the beam shrinking him, so grabbing Batman and Robin, he speeds after them. The heroes arrive in a future world, finding that they all have jetpacks on now when they are confronted by Alana, daughter of Sardath, who thinks that they are the ones who stole the Phantom Zone crystal. Alana's tracker indicates that they did, and that she doesn't know what tech they are using to hide something of that size, as a mammoth quakeworm erupts from under the city, seemingly running from something in fear. Auteur soon appears in a worm form, clutching the crystal as the heroes band together to attack. Superman becomes trapped near the crystal as Auteur says that he was his favorite character in his favorite world, but perhaps Dr. Adam had been onto something when he tried to make a perfect world, since every world has its flaws, and this world they are in is a technological marvel, yet it is ravaged by monsters, and what if they use another world as this world's dumping ground? He offers Superman and his friends the chance to go back to their world, and in exchange, they continue Dr. Adam's trading scheme and make the world of tomorrow the truest masterpiece, where they can all live in peace. Superman learns that Batman's world would be destroyed in that case, but Auteur wonders why he would even care what happens, since their world would experience a glorious third act. Superman declining his offer as he is eaten by the villain, as Alana leads Batman and Robin to her father's nearby lab, where Sardath finishes up his whirlwind cannon. Batman takes command of the cannon, firing on the villain, who spits out Superman as Robin points out that there is something inside the monster worm. Batman knows that they are seeing the true face of Auteur, who is revealed to be a blue-skinned alien. Alana finds the cannon is out of power as Auteur's armor returns, allowing him to attack as he escapes through a burn hole. Sardath is intrigued by the interdimensional portal, having theorized about such things. Superman quickly introduces himself to the scientist and how he and Batman are both from different worlds. Alana finds their names quite strange, as Batman says that they don't have time for this and they need to move out. Alana accompanies them into the hole to retrieve the Phantom Zone crystal, and the burn hole dumps them into the world of El Diablo in the Desert of Doom, dressing the heroes up as cowboys, which Robin doesn't mind at all. Superman can't see the villain anywhere, but Alana's tracker says the crystal is inside the train racing through the valley below. In the valley below, the heroes spot a masked man leaping onto the train. The passengers on the train know the man to be El Diablo, as the dashing hero learns that the people are stuck on a runaway train. Diablo knows, which is why he's there, and he'll deal with it. He hears something on the roof, and upon investigating, he finds Superman, Batman, Robin, and Alana, who continue to track the crystal. Diablo thinks that they are messing with the people on the train as Superman confronts him. Diablo opens fire on the hero, but the bullets bounce off of him as he knows that they are after the same culprit. He introduces himself as Superman, telling the gunslinger who his friends are, as Alana wonders if Batman's friend is always quick to make his friends. Batman says that Superman isn't his friends, but Robin says that they know from what they have seen, Superman does indeed make quick friends. Auteur's cowboy robot drones soon appear, intending on killing the heroes, but El Diablo quickly blasts them apart with his 6-shooters. Superman knows that the robots are called archivists, and if they are there, Auteur must not be far behind, but soon they learn Auteur is the actual train. El Diablo doesn't know what they are talking about as Batman uncouples the passenger car to save the people, getting Superman to stop the cart in its tracks as the train's engine morphs back into Auteur, unleashing more of his robots as he says the heroes forced him into a cliche of all cliches, the midnight showdown. El Diablo blasts apart the robots as Auteur tries to shoot Superman, demanding to know how his own creation could refuse him, a god. Superman says that Auteur isn't his god, as Batman thinks with Sardath's tornado cannon, they were able to stun the villain, so maybe if Superman could fly around him and make another tornado, they can do it again. Superman does so, rupturing the villain's armor and ripping it off, revealing his alien form again. Batman notes how he's in pain from being trapped in his own armor, and they have to get it out of there. Freed from the armor, the villain thanks the heroes from his own stories, telling them that he's a god of old tales and son of the World Forger, only he has been forgotten. So forgotten that he no longer has worshippers or temples, and he's so forgotten that he doesn't even remember his own name. The alien says that for generations he wandered the earth alone until the day he came across a theater, which he thought was a temple, since it reminded him of his own forgotten houses of worship. He found the cinema to be quite comforting, even when people weren't there for him, but then again, perhaps they were. The years go by and soon the worshippers dwindled and the cinema was closed forever, and he discovered why, since new gods of stories had risen in the form of smartphones, and if he paid close enough attention to them, he could see the god's voice. He followed the signals into the sky and to a satellite where he tried to steal the new god's soul and his magic. However, what he found instead of a soul was a desire, one for stories not for the sake of themselves but for perfection. That desire encased him in his armor, and in his mania he created the Archive of Worlds. Auteur says he's now free, and he can see how horrific it all was as Batman demands he free the Batman and Superman trapped in the Phantom Zone crystal. Superman says the armor is getting stronger stronger and resisting his tornado as it shoots back onto the alien, encasing him yet again and causing him to revert to his villainous ways. Auteur says that they are mere characters of his own stories, and how dare they defy him, and for their punishment, Auteur says that he will unleash upon the world of tomorrow a genre-bending third act plot twist in the form of Etrigan and the demon horde of the apocalypse.